जय श्री माता जी। जय श्री माता जी। हम सब श्री माता जी के चरणों पर नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम अपने बाई हथेली को दाहिने नाभि चक्र पर रखेंगे। पूरे हृदय से श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे चित्त में आइए, हमारे चित्त को निर्मल कीजिए, पवित्र कीजिए। अपने बाई हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। दाहिने हथेली को बाएं हृदय पर रखेंगे। प्रार्थना करते हैं, परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे हृदय में आइए, हमारे हृदय को निर्मल कीजिए। अपने दोनों हथेली को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे अंदर की सारी दोष बाधाएं, जड़त्व इस भू तत्व में नष्ट कीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। दोनों हथेली को श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे। चित्त को सहस्रार पर रखते हुए श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें निर्विचारिता व निर्विकल्प स्थिति प्रदान कीजिए। संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्रार पर रखते हुए कुछ समय ध्यान में रहेंगे। जय श्री माता जी। इसी ध्यान की अवस्था में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। उसके बाद कुछ समय ध्यान में ही रहेंगे।
Today we have assembled here to do the Guru Puja. The word Guru comes from the one which is magnetic. The person who is magnetic, the one which attracts the attention of the seekers is the Guru. Also it means the heaviness, or you can say a person who is very steady, who is very deep, who has the knowledge, and who can act like the Mother Earth. For the power of magnetism in the Mother Earth also is called as magnetic, but in Sanskrit is Gurutva-karshan. Means the attraction of the heaviness of the Mother Earth. But actually it is a power of the Mother Earth that makes us stand properly on our legs when it is rotating with such a tremendous speed. Otherwise we would be all thrown away. With that velocity that she is moving, we are still attached, or we are one. In our balance is only because she has gravity. This gravity has to be in a guru. Gravity means a kind of a serious understanding of oneself and one's own responsibilities. So a guru has to be very steady. In these modern times, people are very mobile, all the time agitated, all the time getting disturbed. With small things happening here and there, they get disturbed. They meet people who are not of any quality, then they get disturbed. These disturbing qualities come from our deficiency in our gravity. A person who has gravity doesn't get depressed, neither get excited, nor get overly enthusiastic, nor is he very sad or unhappy. So he is in the center. He is in the center of his being. But how do we become the guru? That is very important for Sahaja yogis to understand. Many have felt that they are gurus, they have tried to behave in a funny manner and have lost their guru position. First and foremost thing, for Sahaja yogis, it is important that they must have introspection. They must watch themselves. If a person runs about changing because the fashion has come, because people have suppressed them or have asked them, just to please people of cheap values, if a person changes, then he cannot be a guru. He has to station himself properly on the values of Sahaja. Without introspection, you will not know. You will never remember what you have done wrong, nor will you think of what you have to do right. But that is only possible if you go on improving yourself. First and foremost thing is, all the great saints have praised their Guru. For example, we have a very great saint, Ganeshwara, in India. He has written a complete chapter about the Guru. In English they have translated it as preceptor. Guru is the preceptor. And what he has done is a great thing. He says you are not to challenge the Guru. Otherwise you can never become a Guru. For namesake you might be, but you are not. Secondly, you can never misbehave. You can never be rude, arrogant, and you cannot show your temper to a guru. If that is so, that means you are not a guru, you are still on a very low level personality. It is very clearly said that if you try to say against other gurus who are real gurus, who are very high caliber, that also then you are not a guru. But I would say that you all have got now vibrations. You all have got vibratory awareness. When you have vibratory awareness, you are capable of finding out about everyone. Now you need not talk about your own understanding of a person, but try to face that person directly and tell that person this is the problem and ask him to change. But in Sahaja Yoga, we have something more than other gurus had. Other gurus were very, very strict. They used to carry a stick in their hand, a big stick, which they would use for walking or for hitting their guru disciples. They used to hit their disciples in such a bad manner that the disciple was literally frightened of the guru. I'll give you an example of a guru I came across. One fellow was there in India who came to one of the ladies who was a Sahajogini, and he said that my guru has sent me word that Adi Shakti is going to come and stay with you. Is it true? She said, yes, she is going to stay with me. So what? He said, my guru has told me that you go and request her and if she could come to our ashram. She said, I'll ask Mataji, I don't know. This fellow came to a program and he saw me, a housewife. He said, this cannot be that guru. But when I came in, he saw, and when I did self-realization, that everybody's kundalini was awakened, he was so surprised, and he prostrated himself before me. Now his guru was living in Amarnath. It's a very famous famous religious place in the Himalayas. And this fellow lived in a place called Ambarnath. So he asked me, Mother, will you come to my ashram? I said, why not? Because these gurus in the ancient time never used to leave their seat, they called takya, means the pillow. They never left their takya. I said, all right, I don't mind, I'll come to your ashram. So just keeping quiet all the while. So I went there, this guru fell at my feet and he was very, very respectful. And then we came back home. So this fellow started telling me, if you don't tell my guru, I would like to tell you that I have got a very bad agya. Can you cure mother? I said, why not? I will. So I went back to this guru again and I said, why didn't you cure his agya? He said, why? Why should I cure? Who cured my agya? I worked out myself. I had to introspect, find out, and I cured my own agya. And why should I cure his agya? Let him, Lord, let him work, let him get to this. Otherwise, he will be a spoilt man. I was quite surprised. And he said, You do it because you are a mother. You are nothing but love. And that's why you are doing it, all this for others. But not me. No guru will open the agya of his disciples. I said, then why are you a guru? He said, because we have to guide them. And if they have their agya badly cut out, if their attention is not all right, I am not bothered about it. It is their duty to introspect and find and climb the ladder which I have put before them. So I am a guru, I can only give them the ladder to climb up. It is they who should work very hard. It is they who should introspect. It is they who should correct themselves. Why should I help them to such an extent that you open their agya? I said, all right, you allow me to open his agya if you don't mind. I said, you are a mother, do what you like. I have nothing to say. If you want to do that, you will spoil him. You will spoil him. Let him do it on his own. Otherwise, you will be spoiling him. I said, as you are also spoiled that you don't open anybody's agyas, yes? But whatever position I have achieved is a permanent one. So I opened his agya. Then this fellow on his way, he told me that his guru came back and he put me hanging on a well. And he used to every time lower the rope so I would go into the water. 10 times he did it. But I said, why did he do such a cruel thing? He said, because he found me smoking a cigarette. My goodness. So I asked this guru, I said, why do you do such horrible things to your disciples? He said, otherwise, if you don't do like that, they will never rise, they'll never come up. You go on forgiving them, and the more you forgive, the worse they become. And they will show no assent at all. So you have to be very strict with them. Please don't spoil them all the time. I was really surprised. How could he say so? You see, he said, Mother, if you give everything free, you give them everything so easily, they will never value their self-respect. They will never value their self-realization. I said, it's not so. You have to give them a chance. You have to allow them to rise and to allow them to become something. Like Mother Earth, what she does, she sprouts the seeds, then the trees come up, then after that she gives them the fruits and she sees that the fruits are ripened. All does she do, but she said, but they are not trees, you see. They are human beings and they have freedom to become devils also. I said, all right, if there are devils, I can manage them. You just see how I can manage them. And if they are devils, they'll remain devils. You cannot change them. So he argued with me, and when he met Sahaja, he asked me, how many of you are willing to give life for Shree Mataji? Do you know what she has given you? They said, yes, we do. So they came to me and told Mother, he wanted us to give life for you. I said, that's not necessary. It's not necessary. Because he used to ask his disciples perhaps. And then I met many like him, who were very strict gurus. Complete obedience was needed. Complete humility, complete surrender was needed. A word against the guru was not tolerated, but even you could not answer, you could not show any temper to a guru. Now I have met people who are like that sometimes. then I stop talking to them. That's it. If they want to improve, they can improve. They don't want to improve, you cannot force them to improve. But according to these gurus, there should be a great fear in their mind, that they should be so frightened that they should behave themselves. Now we expect so much from the Guru, that he is your father, mother, is a friend, everything. He is a pure person who just wants your ascent. He wants to look after you. He wants to guide you, wants to protect you, and takes you to the life of spirituality. And this is the way a guru has to work out. But what is expected of the disciples is even much worse. The disciple has to be absolutely a pure person. He should have a pure desire to become a spiritual person. If he doesn't have this pure desire, he has some other desires, then absolutely useless. Like some people come to Sahaja, I have seen it. They want to make a name out of themselves. They become great masters of everything. They want to dominate everything. That is not important. There are some people who try to make money in Sahaja, a way of making money. That also absolutely wrong. And not only that, but it's very low level that we want to make money out of Sahaja. Then there are people who just come here for some politics. They go on saying things here and saying things there. All these things are not going to give you any ascent whatsoever. You have come here only to achieve a great life of spirituality, of becoming a guru. Now also this politics business is quite a lot. People try to enjoy the position of a leader. So they try to keep that position in a very special way. There's no need. If you are a leader, because you are a great master, you will remain. Nobody can challenge you. Nobody can dethrone you, and one should not get disturbed with any such fear. Sahaja Yoga is a yoga in which fear doesn't play any part. There's no fear for you. Only thing for your ascent, it is necessary that you introspect. Try to find out what have you been doing. Are you absolutely a humble person? Do you do whatever is told to you? Supposing I tell somebody, just go to, say, some place. He may not go. He'll come and tell me, Mother, this happened, that happened. Some excuse. He may not go. But that's not being good. If you have been told to go to that place, there must be some meaning, and you have to go. You have to obey. If you are not obedient, then you cannot become a guru, because if you cannot obey, how can others obey you? This obedience is not for any personal gain of the guru, not at all, but for your gain only, for your education, for your ascent. So if such a view is taken, then what happens? That you start getting all the qualities of a guru. Firstly, a guru cannot be fussy man. First and foremost thing. I want this house, I want that thing, I can't like this, I can't like that. If a person who does not know how to get detached from all these habits, he cannot be a guru. How can he ascend? Of course, you have to try that you get rid of all these habits. There are funny habits which make you miserable, doesn't make miserable others as it makes you miserable. No habit should cling to a guru. First and foremost is that he has to be beyond time. He should not worry about time. Many a times I have seen people, if they have to go to an airport, for example, something enters into their body, they become speedy suddenly, everybody. Even if I have to go, I am going. All of them will become speedy. Everybody starts running helter-skelter. Why? I am going, you are not going. But it happens. Like that, if you tell somebody you have to go to a function or for some felicitation, people start jumping about. And that's a very modern disease. It was not before. So they start seeing that we are getting late, getting upset. But if you go on worrying like that, you don't go beyond time. And when you go beyond time, you control time. Time is with you all the time. Whenever you go, it happens. I'll give an example of that. We had a little girl in Cabella who fell down. And she broke her hand very badly. I was about to leave for America. I had come out of my room. When I saw the child, I said, all right, doesn't matter. I'll cure this child. First, they said, no mother, but you're plain. I said, it's all right, forget it. So I got the child, treated the child, and she was all right. And after, I think, half an hour, I left. I left for the airport. And you'll be amazed to hear that that aeroplane was out of order, which was going to New York. So this plane is out of order. Then they said, all right, you can go by another plane which goes to Washington with the same ticket. I said, very good idea. Give me that. And I went by that. So that I reached Washington, which is a very, very nice airport to arrive, because there's no problem of customs, there is no crowd, nothing. All people go to New York, I don't know why. They should all go to Washington. It's very surprising. I discovered for myself that I wish I had not gone by that horrible plane to go to New York. Like that, everything works out. And the time comes what is good for. It is such a lot of experience of mine which I can tell you, that to worry about time itself is a headache. If you leave it to this divine power and believe in it, then everything works out for your good. And if it does not, you must know that it is your testing. You must accept. You must learn to accept. Because whatever you have fixed up yourself as something very great is not.
जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी को आभार प्रकट करेंगे। श्री माता जी, आज के इस सामूहिक ध्यान के लिए हम आपके ऋणी हैं। आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। जय श्री माता जी।